100% hard AF seltzer is now live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are cold for energy. Send it. Incoming. Put the money in the bag, man.
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? This is awesome! Welcome to Earth! No. Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit. Go. God.
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Welcome to Drinkin, Bro. Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros. Fake news, everybody. Bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. Oh my God, dude, I'm dying at this. We have the best audience on the planet, for real. So we just did Ross Patterson Revolution. Occasionally we do this segment where we look for weird GoFundMes and then read them off. Mm-hmm. This couple had moved from England to Philadelphia. UPS did not send their stuff in time, and so they were asking for donations or furniture.
No, they lost all of it.
Lost all of it, right. Only $6,500, right, is what they wanted?
Yeah.
And they wanted leftist memorabilia. Go. What would you think of leftist memorabilia?
Leftist?
Yeah, so I
Word
sent
for word.
I sent a George Floyd pillow, Bob, if you want to pull that up. I think that's really nice. It's in your Twitter DMs. And I think that's a really nice one. What's a leftist thing that you would want for the house?
The sheets that John Lennon and Yoko slept in for 6 weeks when they were protesting Vietnam.
Oh,
maybe?
those stink ones?
Yeah.
Man, dude. But look at this beauty. A nice throw pillow of George Floyd all over the house.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put my knee on it necessarily. That might be offensive, but it looks soft.
The material, does it say what it's made of? It looks like it can breathe pretty well. Nailed it. Had to. You thought I was going to say cotton, Bob, and I didn't.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's an old misdirect right
We can always make it worse.
Old misdirect. We can. But, Bob, here's why I love the listeners. So they were like, hey, what if we sent you guys some rightist memorabilia? What is that? What would you call it? Conservative memorabilia, I guess you'd say? He says rightist in here, which I like. I kind of like that a lot. But pop this one up. This is a blast from the past, an oldie but a goodie that he just sent me. And, yes, I would love this. I think this is hilarious, and I would love to have this on set. Go to your Twitter. And pull this up right now. Big fan of this. It's all
Not there yet.
Oh, look at you. Look at you, Bob. We're live on air. Try again. There you go. There you go.
Got
Bobby.
it.
The McCloskeys. So I did not know that they had trading cards made. Remember the McCloskeys?
I don't know
dude?
if they had them made, but somebody had them made.
They might have. This says decision 2022. He did have a failed Senate run in Missouri.
Really?
Yes.
So he made some trading cards for those?
Surprise me. I don't know.
I mean, Trump did. Trump did, and he sold them for like
He sold them all.
$4 million.
Oh, yeah. But that was the digital ones. This is a fucking card like Topps.
Is this an upper deck product? Like, what
this
the
is
fuck?
great. This is like the Ken Griffey Jr. upper deck. Are they holding the guns there?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect form from the lady.
Obviously, and that little Little boot purse you had.
That's how I do it.
Yeah. That's how we all do it.
And
actually.
he's holding that AR like an action hero in the 1980s, which is to say not correct.
No, that's how you have to.
It's going to hip fire.
That's how you have to. Yes, dude. We all know that. That's the correct way to do it.
You might be bump firing it down.
$8.99 for this McCloskey card.
$8.99?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not at all.
Is there an auto version?
What's that?
An autograph version?
Oh, shit. That'd be worth more, wouldn't it?
Maybe a serialized parallel too?
Man,
That'd
that'd be good. That'd be really fucking good there. Not sure.
And this is a base card, so this sounds like it's from a set because they have a card number and everything on it.
Yeah,
So
this is real. This is legit, dude.
So it's serialized?
Yeah.
no, not this one. They do make. I think I've said this before on one of the shows. They make historical autograph cards, so they'll cut like Ben Franklin's signature off a letter or something. And put it
Shut
in
the
card.
fuck up.
Yeah.
That's great. I'd love a B. Frank's card in the mail with like a skeleton key
Other
from the
founding
kites.
father.
Yeah, I would actually prefer a dupe to an original because I don't know what you know about Ben Franklin, but I would not want to touch anything he's touched.
He breathed hard and
Little bit
fucked
of syphilis.
tough.
That dude definitely had STDs,
Yes.
is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he fucked tough, dude.
Yeah.
He
He
tough.
fucked old and tough.
Hey,
I don't think he fucked tough. I think he fucked gross.
you
know what I mean?
I think he fucked tough, dude.
If you say something like, so I don't know if he coined the phrase or not, and I'm obviously applying modern parlance to what he actually said, but he said basically in the dark, all pussy feels the same.
Yep.
If you say something like that and you're a fucking well-lettered man of science, then you're a fucking dirtbag. It's not just about fucking old ladies. You're a fucking piece of shit.
He
point.
had a belly full of port wine, dude, and an old burnt-up skeleton key, and he was just banging, dude. Man. Yeah, I bet. What did they have an AIDS version back then? What's the strongest thing you could get back then?
Syphilis is what
Syphilis
fucks
is-
people up
yeah,
because
syphilis really.
when it goes untreated, it rots your brain. That's what happened to Napoleon. A lot of people actually, but it rots your brain out. It makes you
Really?
go crazy, yeah. Like you start experiencing psychosis.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Which is, it's hard. I don't know what the first symptoms of syphilis are, like how you would know you had it. Honestly, I don't know. I know what the first symptom of AIDS is. It's a severe pounding sensation in the ass.
Is it unprotected? Yeah.
I don't think it matters.
I think it does.
I think AIDS is all over their balls, too.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
You think it's smeared everywhere?
It's just like caked up. It's fucking disgusting.
All right.
So you're going to
kids.
come up for Drinking Bro of the Week now?
Yeah, you're going to come up for Drinking Bro. We had this conversation earlier. Whenever the listeners are here, we're like, hey, is it okay for you to come up? And he goes, let's see how the show goes. I think we're, 7 in, and we've already fucking ruined that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry about it. If you
Not
want
on
to thank your
purpose.
Uncle Ronnie or whatever, I'll do
Yeah.
it for you.
We're not pro-syphilis or anything. It's not
No,
that.
we never
We're just
have
talking
been,
about
guys.
history.
Never have been pro-syphilis on this show.
No, we're asking questions.
At all. That's
Just
all
like,
we're doing.
Just like Tucker. Yeah.
Let's just ask some fucking questions, guys. That's all we're doing out here in these streets. Real quick, though, we got 7 days left on the Circle K test deal down in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Auburn University. Read off this address, Bob. Is this 615 University Boulevard?
615 University Boulevard, Tuscaloosa,
Alabama. All right, look at that. They just put up 75 cases. They ordered 75 cases, and then they put up this huge display. Go buy them out if you're in that area, please. It'll help us, and also it'll open up other states. Got those states yesterday. It was North Carolina, South Carolina, and I think Louisiana.
Louisiana,
and Mississippi, I think, yeah. Well, those are the other ones.
Mississippi.
Mississippi. Now. But they pick these stores, and then you got to go do these things. And this is down here in Tuscaloosa. Who's their game next weekend? Go buy it for the fucking game.
Next week, they have a bye this week. Next weekend, LSU comes to town.
Perfect. So you were stocked up right there. Grab them for the LSU game, as I think you guys will win that game. And then last but not least, Ryan Mills is out here in these streets. Where's he at today, dude? I talk to him all the time. He's doing that Texas Tech gig, by the way, for against BYU. So he'll be there with the alumni and all that other fun stuff. So if you're out there, I try to look at flights. Flying to Lubbock is hard.
I don't know why anybody would want to.
I've never been. Have you guys been? No. I haven't either.
Nope.
I haven't either. All right, here's where he's at. Stirrups Liquor in Denton. Owl's Discount Liquor in Decatur, Taylor Food Mart in Stephenville, DJ Supermart in Stephenville, Texan Liquor in Stephenville, Fast Run Beer and Wine in Willow Park, Triple D Liquor in Weatherford, Metzler's in Denton, Midway Marts in Denton, and then Skip's Liquor. And what is it, sir? Cibolo? Cibolo, yeah, he's saying Cibolo. So we're going with that. All right, that's a real Texan naming out real Texan cities. Don't come at me, Cibololians, if that's what you guys go by, Sibians out there. All you Sibians out there in Cibolo, don't come at me. He was the one who said this incorrectly.
Yeah, well, I've got to interject because a Sibian is it looks like a saddle.
Yeah.
And it vibrates.
Yep.
And women climb on top of it.
And that's what they call each other.
And then sometimes there's an attachment as well for insertion.
Well, I'm recommending it. You know, if you're out there and you're about to lose your SNAP benefits on Saturday, give it a go. Put something up your butt. If
you know what's interesting? I was listening to Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew discuss SNAP benefits. Mm-hmm. Very funny. Obviously, you can imagine how that conversation went.
I'm sure it went great.
Dr. Drew is kind of just like tacitly allowing Adam to say fucked up shit, but peppering in information, which is it's a good combination.
Yeah, yeah.
And one of the pieces of information was that the average female in America who gets no food or anything from SNAP weighs 146 pounds. The average female in America who is on SNAP benefits, 211 pounds.
Shut the fuck up. I guessed, like I figured that. I didn't know it was that on the nose as far as the stereotype.
Also, $10 billion a year from SNAP is being spent on DoorDash and other delivery services like that.
God, dude. That DoorDash will eat you up. That'll eat you alive, guys.
$10 billion a year, which means DoorDash only made $12 billion last year. That means, and it's not just them, but if you just, because they're the most popular now.
Yes.
Other than they and Uber Eats are the most popular, but even if you distribute them evenly amongst the major apps, that means that like 25% of DoorDash's revenue came from Snap.
Oh yeah, dude.
Which means they're fucking about to tank. So if you want to short some stock, DoorDash.
Well, is this actually going down here? I mean, we'll start with this at the top of the show.
It doesn't matter. I mean, so they're gonna. I would short DoorDash's stock no matter what because the losses from the last however long are going to fucking pile up on them.
That's what I think, right?
Right. They'll show up in the fucking in the Q4 report early next year. So if you want to wait until December, short it and then cash out in March. Or I guess February technically is when the report will come out. The stock will take a little bit of a dip.
Well, are you expecting Thunderdome this weekend?
Expecting? No. Hoping for a little.
You think it's going to be looting and shit?
I mean, no, I think that, so all the major papers now are coming out. The Washington Post was like, hey, this is definitely, the Washington Post editorial board wrote an editorial like, hey, this is 100% the Democrats' fault.
Yes, everybody's saying that now.
And
CNN last night was on
and saying that not only should you pass a clean, what they call a clean CR, which is never clean, but let's just call it that because they are. It should be not for a month or two, but for a full year. And at this point, I think I would agree with them because now you can make it a referendum on the election, right? There's going to be an election next November, the first Tuesday of the month.
Yep.
Just like there is every fucking year. This time a major midterm election, so Congress is involved. And you can make it a referendum. And see if Americans want to keep subsidizing lazy people.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Or if they want to extend Obamacare to illegal immigrants.
Yep.
Because we just had a vote. And the primary thing that was going on in that vote was the economy and illegal immigration.
Yeah.
And there was a fucking, you can call it whatever you want. It was a landslide. Trump won every single swing state and didn't lose any congressional seats in those swing states. It was a fucking landslide.
And a Republican won the popular vote for the first time in forever.
A while, yeah. Since Bush in 2004, yeah. So it's like, it was a landslide. It was a referendum on those two things specifically. And I guess you could say on public safety as well. And again, Democrats are challenging public safety as well right now, right? So it's like, this, I 100% agree with it. And I think the reason the Democrats aren't doing it because they don't want this to come up to a vote based on what they've done the last 5 years and in 26. They need some other issue to deal with. They're trying to make people hungry and blame it on the Republicans. Well, it backfired big time.
Well, the other thing, too, is when you set up your entire voting base on getting free shit and then you don't get the free shit anymore, yeah, they're going to fucking rage. And every single news outlet is now flipped and said, hey, fucking pass a CR here with none of this bullshit in here and then go back to the negotiating table.
It's bad when the legacy media is coming out against them.
It's extremely rare.
That's wild.
It is extremely rare, for sure. So is this first story here. Operation Arctic Frost. This broke last night, and man, I was stunned by this one. I mean, absolutely stunned by this one, and I'm not sure what's going to happen. You and I figured this is what was going on behind the scenes, and then you get the actual information, and it's so much worse. So Senator Chuck Grassley, the Repube out of Iowa, very young and fit man. For what, 90?
94,
I think. Fucking, Jesus Christ. Released on Wednesday 197 subpoenas that the Biden administration's FBI used to seek testimony and documents related to hundreds of Republicans and GOP entities as part of the Bureau's Arctic Frost probe, the precursor to a former special counsel, Jack Smith's election investigation. Arctic Frost was the vehicle by which partisan FBI agents and DOJ prosecutors could improperly investigate the entire Republican political apparatus, Grassley said in a news conference. Contrary to what Smith has said publicly, this was clearly a fishing expedition. Alongside Grassley was Ron Johnson out of Wisconsin. You know him, right? The Repube up there?
I know who he is.
Yeah. Called the subpoenas nothing short of a Biden administration enemies list, which was exactly what this is. Now, also on this list was Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz went fucking scorched earth yesterday.
Well, that's because they tapped his phones and bank accounts, and then Boasberg issued a gag order telling them that they weren't allowed to do that. By the way, Boasberg, James Boasberg, who you may remember from trying to put Trump in prison for nothing, right, was part of this. It's weird how much his name comes up. So he was part of this operation, obviously, that started with Merrick Garland, Lisa Monaco, Jack Smith, and Christopher Wray. So Garland's AG, Wray is FBI director, and then Jackson was obviously prosecutor, and Lisa Monaco as well. And they went after, first, Trump. All these people are going after Trump, trying to put him in prison so he couldn't run for office because they knew he'd win, because they fucked up the country so bad. So from Trump, it expanded to 9 members of Congress being surveilled by these people, to include, I don't know if Grassley was one of them, but Hawley was, Lady G was, who else?
So there was 8 senators so far that we know.
It was 9.
9, okay.
Yeah, and then 92 additional Republican organizations and individuals who weren't elected officials or affiliated with them. And then 197 additional subpoenas for 430 plus Republican entities and individuals. And one of them was against Ted Cruz, obviously, which, so they, Boasberg ordered I don't know if it was like a FISA warrant or what, but he ordered an investigation into Ted Cruz that allowed his cell phone to be tapped and his phone records to be pulled, and he issued a gag order against AT&T, which prevented them from informing the Senate that it was being spied on, not just Cruz, but 8 additional people, right?
But also himself, correct? Like, Cruz didn't know.
No one knew.
Yeah.
So which is illegal and a blatant violation of 2 U.S. code, which requires the Senate to be given notice of collection of its data and communications. It's in the Constitution, right? Or it's not in the Constitution. It's in the U.S. Legal code. So the same law also requires courts to quash subpoenas demanding collection of Senate data upon a motion by the Senate, which is exactly why James Boasberg issued his illegal gag order. He knew the Senate would have immediately gone to court to nuke the Biden administration illegal spying case against at least 8, probably 9 U.S. senators. So he's got to be impeached and probably tried for a crime. He's violated the law now. It's not
over and over again.
Yeah, it's not just about being an activist judiciary at this point. He's literally violated 2 U.S. code.
Yeah,
right. Like
yeah.
he's overstepped in a way. So he should be impeached for breaching the separation of powers. He should be criminally prosecuted for violating 2 U.S.C. now. So we'll see what happens. I mean, there's this vicious cycle of Democrats doing illegal shit, stealing elections, trying to put people in prison. And then the circle goes this way, and it's the GOP is outraged. And then it's up here on the side. GOP does nothing. And then up here, back to normal.
Yep.
And then Democrats violate the law. GOP gets mad, does nothing, back to normal, over and over again. If they, again, I've said this for the last couple of things, but I don't take any of this seriously. Unless you've got the fucking balls to do something about it, then I don't want to hear about it.
Well, luckily, they have gone after these people, and with Bolton getting indicted and all these other guys, I think you can add certainly Boasberg to this list, and Jack Smith in particular, because let's face it, he orchestrated all 4 of those Trump cases together and ordered all this shit. It sounds wild coming out of our mouth. Ted Cruz, actually in this video, Bob, if you want to play this now, broke it down, what was happening to him that he didn't even find out about until like a week ago here. So press play on this.
Arctic frost is Joe Biden's Watergate. Merrick Garland was a fundamentally corrupt attorney general. Jack Smith was a fundamentally corrupt prosecutor. This was a political enemies list from the beginning. 197 subpoenas for 430 Republican entities and individuals. That is an absolute and egregious abuse of power. The Biden Justice Department signed off on issuing subpoenas for the phone records of at least 9 U.S. senators. 20% of the Republicans in the United States Senate were the target of this fishing expedition. They did so in complete contravention of the Constitution, of separation of powers, of the speech and debate clause, of free speech, of basic rights of privacy. This is an executive who believes it is justified spying on their opponents in the legislature because they convince themselves the ends justify the means. I want to talk to you about one of those subpoenas. One of those subpoenas went from Jack Smith to AT&T.
Which is wild.
Seeking my cell phone communications. It went to AT&T, and I actually want to commend AT&T for doing the right thing. AT&T is based in Texas. AT&T looked at that subpoena, and they went to their legal counsel. And they said, what should we do with that subpoena? And their legal counsel said, you cannot comply because this is protected by the speech and debate clause of the U.S. Constitution. And so AT&T declined to comply, did not hand over my cell phone records. Now, one might ask, ordinarily, a phone company being asked to hand over the phone records of a sitting senator would notify that senator. Well, there was a reason AT&T did not do so. Accompanying the subpoena was an order, which I have in my hand right here, an order that was signed by Judge James E. Boasberg. Now, who is Boasberg? Boasberg is that radical leftist judge who is out of control, who has been issuing nationwide injunctions, one after the other, trying to stop President Trump from carrying out his mandate from the voters. Judge Boasberg issued an order to AT&T and signed that order, prohibiting AT&T from informing me of this subpoena for at least 1 year. And Judge Boasberg gave the basis for that order, and I'm going to quote from the order Judge Boasberg signed. The court finds reasonable grounds to believe that such disclosure
would involve, it keeps going.
Will result in destruction of or tampering with evidence, intimidation of potential witnesses, and serious jeopardy to the investigation. That's an order a judge signed. Now, I can tell you right now, there is precisely zero evidence to conclude that I am likely to destroy or tamper with evidence or to intimidate potential witnesses. This order is a weaponized legal system. My assumption, we don't have the subpoenas that were issued for the other senators, but my assumption is Judge Boasberg printed these things out like the placemats at Denny's, one after the other.
There you go. There you go. So with that,
wait, do we wait for the last part of that just to give Denny's a free ad?
We did, yeah.
Do not go to Denny's.
Yeah, you can. I enjoy a Grand Slam breakfast occasionally.
I get the Dan Slam.
Oh, you do? It's the whole.
It's
whole
4
shebang.
of everything.
Yeah.
4 of all the meats.
Yep.
4 eggs, 4 bacon, 4 sausage.
Denny's will work in a
Links
pinch,
and
guys.
patties.
It'll work in a pinch.
4 links, 4 patties, 4 eggs, 4 bacon.
Yeah.
That's the Dan Slam.
Yeah. Denny's will work in a pinch here. Now, here's the irony of all of this. The only reason they found out about Operation Arctic Frost was a New York Times article that was published in January of this year, citing internal FBI emails with the subject line, Arctic Frost open to shed light on the investigation that no one knew about. So, on accident, the leftist New York Times paper, dude, had written this. They'd done some research on it. And they're like, wait a minute, what the fuck? And then unraveled this entire fucking thing. I would go after Jack Smith tomorrow, Boasberg tomorrow, all of it. And I'm with you. Just start lining these people up and then picking them off. Mm-hmm. Jack Smith is the ringleader of all this bullshit, and then he got the Boasberg guy on his side. Obviously, he was signing off on the subpoenas. This is a fucking easy one for me. And there's a reason why he packed up all of his shit after Trump got elected and got the fuck right out of there.
Yeah, where does he live now?
I'm not sure, but my last question here is: Did he get a pardon from Biden?
I don't know. Bob looked that up. I don't know if he was on there or not.
Was he on that preemptive pardon list?
I know
Boasberg.
No, Jack Smith.
Yeah, I don't know about Smith. Boasberg definitely wasn't. He's a sitting judge now. But
No.
In March of this year, Boasberg issued a temporary order blocking the Aliens and Enemies Act to send 200 alleged Venezuelan gang members to El Salvador without due process. Obviously, that got overturned because we definitely did that, and we're going to continue doing it. Let's see. The DOJ under Bondi filed a misconduct complaint against Boasberg in July that he violated judicial canons, making improper public comments, yada, yada, yada. That complaint is ongoing. That hasn't been adjudicated yet. Let's see. We remember back between March and May, there were 2 separate cases with Trump. And somehow Boasberg, this is from last year, Boasberg was assigned to both of them, and that's just not how it works. You know what I mean?
No.
Like you get randomly assigned to cases, and he got 2 Trump cases within 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Okay. Like, nothing to see here, folks. It's called judge shopping in the biz, by the way. He also denied in 2012. So he's had a lot of weird shit over the years that's clearly come from his loyalty to the neo-Marxist wing of the Democratic Party. 2012, he denied FOIA release of Osama bin Laden's death photos. 2016, ordered the release of 14,000 Hillary Clinton emails, which never happened because she smashed them all up, and then there was no prosecution after the fact.
Same guy?
Yeah. Then during the Mueller probe, he sentenced the FBI lawyer for altering evidence to like a slap on the wrist, basically. Mm-hmm. And then obviously the Arctic Frost thing. So this guy's been like, he's been pretty, other than that Hillary thing, which he just released 14,000 emails, or he voted to release 14,000 emails that never got released. And I think he probably knew that, to be honest, because based on all the other evidence, he has been a loyalist to the neo-Marxist wing of the Democratic Party for a while. And that's how it is, right? Credentialism is over. The fact that you're a doctor or you're a lawyer or you're a fucking historian or whatever else, that stuff's over in America now because nobody trusts anybody. And now one of the branches, I mean, it was bad enough that one of the branches of government was perpetually and deeply distrusted. That is to say, the legislative branch. Congress has had a fucking approval rating in the teens for 2 decades now, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And presidents come and go. Sometimes it's like, to be honest, the best approval rating a president has had that I can remember the last 20 years was, I think Trump and Obama both got into the low 50s at some point.
Yeah.
But most of them hang out in the low 40s.
Right.
Right.
I think the highest I've seen in my lifetime is maybe 53 or 54.
Yeah, something like 53 and a half, 54. Mostly what I've seen is, and I think that's probably the case right now, is somewhere in the low 40s, like 42, 41 to like 44 maybe, somewhere in that range, which makes sense because it's a divided country. Just to say that presidents aren't doing nearly as bad as Congress is, right?
Right.
But now the judicial branch, the one that's supposed to like litigate stuff, oversee things, and make sure the constitutionality is upheld, isn't trusted anymore. We got a real fucking problem.
This is
Because these are lifetime appointees.
Yo, yeah, dude.
This isn't a guy that you can vote out of office.
this is insane.
Yeah. This is way worse. Like we don't pay much attention to it when things are going well, but the judicial branch is very important in this country, and it being above reproach is way more important than politicians being above reproach, because we don't expect politicians to be above reproach. We expect them to lie to us and us try to figure out what they're lying about and see how we can make it work. But you can't have that from judges, which is what this guy does, and a lot of other judges as well.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to clean this up, and it's got to happen very quickly here, because this is a bad look for everybody all the way around. And Jesus Christ, man.
It's not great.
I mean, could you sue, last question on this, could you sue civilly for this if you're Cruz or somebody else? Like, I mean, it's all your personal shit, too.
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Yeah. And before we get to our first sponsor, we're going to do a live show next Tuesday for the mayor of New York, governor of New Jersey could flip, and Virginia. A bunch of weird elections going on that night. So we'll be doing a live show live on YouTube here to kind of walk you through that. And we'll see if communism takes over New York City. Now, in the meantime, our favorite Somalian is running for mayor in Minneapolis. Unfortunately for that one, we will not have an answer on Tuesday night. It's one of those weird cities where, you know, you got to give above 50%, but there's like 12 candidates, so they kind of knock out, you know, the bottom 8. They're all working together in some
So there'd be
form
like
or
a
fashion.
runoff or something?
Yes. And one of them is Omar Fattah. We talked about this guy in the past. He looks like the guy from Captain Phillips. I am the captain now. He's given a speech here in Minneapolis today to the people to run for mayor. And you go ahead and play this video here.
He pledged allegiance to Somalia.
Sure did.
And did it in
Assalamu
Arabic.
alaikum. Somalia. Somalia. Hiran State. Mawisle. Mawisle. Early voting was hadda illa November 4. I need your vote. I need you. Hadan Udkina, hello. We're gonna win.
Get these fucking people out of our country. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
If your allegiance is to a country that not only sucks, but is not our own here, you shouldn't fucking be here. And if you love Somalia so goddamn much, you and Ilhan Omar and all these fucking people, why not go back to Somalia and try to change your own government and help your own people?
Well, that's what they're doing. So they came here not to assimilate into American culture, but they came here to steal our stuff and then take it back home to their people.
But I don't think they're going back home.
No, they're not. They're not.
They're not.
But that's why they came here.
Was to take all of our shit
Yes,
and then
that's right.
ship it back over there?
They came here not for a better life or any of that bullshit, not to assimilate into American culture because it's superior. They came here to leech off of our system, which they do. 53% of Somalians that are in this country are on welfare right now.
Yep.
And then to send money, remittances back home. I wonder how much of these this welfare payments and SNAP benefits that they're selling, by the way, are the remittances are getting sent back to Somalia in the form of U.S. dollars. You got to wonder about that, right? So, you know, that's why they came here. It wasn't to assimilate. That's the price for admission. The price for admission into this country is assimilation, and the fact that we're not requiring it in any meaningful way anymore is why we got here. And you know, there's not a great constitutional remedy for this, in my opinion. Certainly, if like there's only a few things that you can legitimately denaturalize somebody for, at least legally right now. We could pass new laws, but it would have to be something involving, like once they're a citizen, if they're a green card holder, you can kick them out for pretty much anything, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get challenged in court on it, but it's doable. But once they're a citizen, once they're a naturalized citizen, denaturalizing somebody, like it requires not even crimes, not murder. That won't do it.
Yep.
It has to be some sort of immigration fraud, particularly during your immigration process. So if you did the immigration process on the up and up the whole time, and then either changed your mind or your intent the entire time, you'd have to prove that their intent the entire time was to do something that violates our immigration laws. That's the only way to constitutionally denaturalize somebody. So it's a problem that doesn't have a fix. And the only real solution to any of this stuff is the same thing that happens if Mamdani wins in New York, which we'll talk about later, is that the federal government has to stop sending any money there. Like if there are public universities or any of that stuff, public school systems inside of New York City, if they elect that guy, no more money.
Right.
You're cut off entirely. Same thing with Minneapolis or whatever city this is. That's the only way to do it. If you're going to let, like the Portland police commander was bitching about, oh, the militarized ICE in the state in the city is just, it's provoking Antifa. What do you mean provoking Antifa? They're terrorists. Kill them. What the fuck are you talking about? If you had done your job, you fucking loser, they wouldn't be there in the fucking first place. Just shut the fuck up. The hard line is that the federal government has to make a decision, and Trump needs to make a hard decision right now to remove every single cent from these places. Any tax credit they might have, any of that stuff. Remove it all. Otherwise, this shit's going to keep going.
And if you do that,
like you're subsidizing your
get the
fucking
fuck
enemy.
out of here. Yeah,
You're subsidizing your enemy right now. We've seen it. So far since Trump took office, this is we haven't even talked about this yet. But since Trump took office 9 months ago-ish, 9 months and a week ago, 2 million people have been deported, right? 500,000 have been deported, and 1.5 million have just left.
Gone on their own, yeah.
They've left on their own because the benefits dried up.
Well, benefits, and also I think the psychological fear of getting that strike and you can't go back to the country for 10 years has been very effective.
Yeah, so there's stick carrot ways to do this stuff that makes sense that you're going to get really good results from. But so far, we haven't seen any of that with regard to this stuff. Sending ICE and National Guard and federal police into cities, not that I'm against it or anything, but that's not a permanent solution to any of this.
No.
That's a Band-Aid that's going to help for right now. These people will go to ground just like all terrorist organizations do, just like they did in Afghanistan and Iraq, for example, recently. And as soon as you leave, they come right back. It's not a solution.
Unless Vance were to take over in 2028, which, you know.
I mean, yeah, but then you just keep it going for another 4 or 8 years, and they will come back eventually. This leftist shit has been going on in this country since the 1920s.
Yep. It
been
just
100
sucks
years.
to see it, man. And, like, the fact that you're just out there, I mean, just really fucking doing it, holding a Somalian flag and saying, hey, dude, this is our country. We're Somalia here.
I mean, you got to be, if you're a reasonable human being, you've got to be able to open your eyes and tell the difference between immigration and invasion. Somebody that's carrying the fucking flag from their homeland, chanting that name on stage is not here to immigrate, motherfucker.
And why would you want them as the mayor of your city in Minneapolis, for Christ's sake?
I mean, I think he's running for like
no, he's running for mayor.
City council. Or
No,
he's running for mayor.
Mayor of Minneapolis.
Oh, boy, I hope he wins.
He is also not an immigrant.
No. And so that by the way, Bob, I'm glad you brought that up. That's the other odder thing of this video is he clearly had to go back and learn Somalian to put on this fucking show.
No,
and
I mean,
this
he was
song
raised
and
by
dance for
immigrants.
him.
I assume it was spoken at home. Yeah, but to your point, I don't disagree with what you're saying.
I've heard his real speaking voice. It is a dorky American guy. Like, you know, if you heard it and didn't see a picture of him, you think it's a fucking dorky dude from wherever, right? And I couldn't guess at a race, to be honest with you. Now they're leaning in more and more and more to this bullshit where it's just like, this is my country, we're here, and it's Somalia first and then America afterwards, and congratulations, we're going to fucking take over. And Minneapolis, which used to be one of the whitest places on the face of the fucking planet, is now just Somalia at this point. So, skull, I guess. Because that'll lead us to our first advertiser. MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today with mybookie.com. Bob, who's the Thursday night game here tonight? Who we got?
Dolphins at Ravens, I believe.
Ooh, what's the spread on this?
I mean, look at the over, not the spread.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be some points scored in that game.
What do we got here, Bob?
7.5 for the Ravens.
So it dropped. All right, this was at 8.5 yesterday. I'll knock this down and shit. What do you do with that over under there? What is it? 51?
Over. Take the over.
Yeah.
Because the Ravens, they have Jackson back, but their defense, I think, is still all dead.
Yeah, it's dead, and Tyreek Hill is out for the other guys. Let's go ahead and drop this over down to 44 on 7, and then drop this Ravens thing down to 1 point. That's where I'm going to rock tonight with that infamous Thursday night teaser. Do super well on these. I'm terrible on Sundays for some reason with the NFL this year. It's been really fucking difficult. College have been on fucking fire. Won another goddamn $3,000 over the weekend. Take Ohio State minus 20.5, and you're good to go there. That's an easy one all day long there. And then the last question for you guys. World Series has really fucking changed in the last 48 hours here. Blue Jays are up 3-2, heading back to Toronto.
It's kind of to pull a classic Dan line. We predicted this.
You did.
That we said they needed to get into the bullpen.
Yep.
In game whatever, the game that went 18 innings.
Game 3.
Yeah, so they very much got into the bullpen.
Yep.
Ohtani was gassed in game 4. They had to
Sure
go
was.
into the bullpen.
Yep.
Early there, and they won, and then they won again tonight or last night.
So who do you got then?
Well, tonight.
Any shot the Dodgers win the last two in Toronto?
But Friday, I think the Dodgers have the advantage with Yamamoto on the bump.
I agree.
Gossman's good.
He's their best pitcher.
He's their best pitcher. He's gave up 3 runs in the first outing against the Dodgers. I think we'll see how that goes with him. But Yamamoto is going to throw a good game. I expect this to go 7. I think the Blue Jays win at 7.
Oh man, if it goes 7, give me the Dodgers.
That's not smart.
If it goes 7,
I don't think. Just like we've predicted the series so far. You never know what's going to happen at the beginning, but once things start going, you can kind of tell. The Dodgers bullpen, as we said at the beginning of this season, even, right? That's their Achilles heel, and it's been okay actually in the playoffs so far.
Yeah.
But okay is not good enough, right? So if you have to be able to get 3 to 5 shutout innings out of your bullpen to win these games, especially 6 and 7. And I don't think the Dodgers can do that.
I don't
think they can do it 2 times in a row.
This is my gut on this one, and here's why. They've been there, they've done it, they've won it. I think for a young team like the Blue Jays, a Game 7 would be real fucking nerve-wracking. And give me the Dodgers.
I don't think Vlad Jr. gives 2 fucks about any of that.
He might not.
Hey man, that rookie wasn't. Savage was not remotely worried about the stage.
I
think
agree.
the Blue Jays are in it. They're good to go.
Game 7 would be wild. And that'll be happening Friday and Saturday nights. Tons of great things to bet on mybookie.com. And if you lose, they give you a rake back for the day one homies. Head on over to mybookie.com, enter that promo code Drinkin Bros. Double that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Next up, Kamala's betrayal. Former Vice President Kamala Harris suggested during a Thursday podcast appearance that former President Joe Biden didn't want to debate President Donald Trump in 2024. She added that something was a little off prior to the former president's now infamous debate performance, which ultimately ended his campaign. She said he, as in Biden, called me from debate camp, and the president did not, or Biden did. Wait, what? The president did, Biden did. That's the same person.
Yeah, it's just her talking, man. You got to give her some leeway
God
here.
damn it, she's fucking dumb. And I could tell something was a little off, and I was concerned about ... I don't think he wanted to debate, is my point. He didn't want that debate. Diary of a CEO podcast host Stephen Bartlett noted that it was so apparently clear that something was not okay with Biden during the 2024 debate, and pressed the former vice presidents on why the Democratic side of politics was pretending everything was okay. Do you have this clip here, by the way? This is fascinating to me.
I think it's in there.
Because I'd love to play it and hear it in her words.
In the Fox article?
She gets so fucking flustered during questions like this that it'd be nice to hear it in her own words.
If not, just look on Twitter. But yeah, she didn't directly answer whether she believed Biden was unfit to be on the debate stage. But she did say, it's like any competition you go in, whether it's you're bidding for something, if it's sports, you got to watch it. If you don't want to be in the competition, it will absolutely have an impact on your performance. And I don't think I'm pretty sure he did not want to debate. And then Bartlett says he's following up, asking her what she means by that, and if there was any signs to foreshadow the poor performance. And she says, well, we had conversations about it. I think he got talked into it. In every debate, I don't care who you are, there will be statistics wrong, or you name this country, but it was that country. That always happens. There's no such thing as a perfect debate. So there will be something to clean up, and I expected that. And then, we saw what we all saw. We had conversations about it. I think he got talked into it. If you believe that Kamala Harris wasn't directly involved in teeing him up for that debate so he could get fucking hammered so she could slide into the first position, you're out of your fucking mind.
I agree.
Right? Because nobody in the Democratic Party wanted her.
No.
No one did. It was a power play behind the scenes. And if you are and you remember, as soon as everything went down the way it did, she jumped out and announced before anybody fucking gave her the go-ahead on that. There's no way that any of that happens if she's not involved, in my opinion.
So the other part of this, by the way, and Bob, thank you for finding a clip we'll play in a second here, is they gave her $13 million for this book. Now, when you do a book deal of this size, there is mandatory numbers of interviews that are written into the contract that you have to do. She didn't do any of them during her presidential run for 116 days or whatever the fuck it was. And now she's forced to do these goddamn things to sell books because it's a $13 million advance.
Yeah.
And this is where she's going to get stuck on all of it because we know what happened now. Everybody else knows what happened now. And now she's got to answer it. Play this clip right here because I haven't heard it.
I mean, it's not. I know she's got to do these things, but she should be really careful what she says.
You can't stop her.
She can't stop herself is the thing.
All right, play this clip.
Fucking dum-dum.
He called me from debate camp. The president did, Biden did. And I could tell something was a little off. And I was concerned about, I don't think he wanted to debate, is my point. He didn't want that debate. And, it's like any competition you go in, whether it's you're bidding for something, if it's sports, you got to want it. Want to be in the competition, it will absolutely have an impact on your performance. And I'm pretty sure he did not want to debate.
All right, so you got that one, Bob, and then I just sent you another one here because, like I said, she's been making the rounds. And to Dan's point, you've got to be careful saying this shit because people are going to call you out, and there's nobody stopping you anymore. Like usually you have a team of publicists and PR and all that other shits at the White House to stop these interviews and say, no, we're not answering that question or cut them off or whatever. They're not there anymore. They don't work for her. So press play on this one. This is another interview she did.
Wasn't Joe Biden then, to put it on him, wasn't his refusal to recognize his own frailties the reason that you faced a nearly impossible task?
I ran against Donald Trump for president. And Donald Trump ran on a platform that was, in large part, I believe, misrepresenting his intentions to the American people.
What?
I do believe
this gets better.
that there are a fair number of people that voted for Donald Trump who believed him when he told them that his first priority on day one is going to be to bring down prices. And he didn't. And you combine that misrepresentation of intention with also what was at play in terms of massive amounts of mis and disinformation.
Now, forgive me.
And a truncated calendar in terms of the clock.
I want to interrupt you because that is a world-class pivot, but it is not the question that I asked you, which is about Joe Biden's failure to recognize his own frailties and what that did to you. The question is about Joe Biden. Are you still reluctant to criticize the former president?
In what regard, please?
Well, just in terms of that question. So you went
What
on.
exactly would you like to ask?
She just asked a goddamn question.
Was it Joe Biden's decision, his failure to recognize his own frailties in that position, that put you in the position that made it almost impossible to win that race?
He was not frail as president of the United States.
But he had frailties. We all saw the debate.
I do believe that Joe Biden had the capacity to be president of the United States, and I have never doubted that he had the capacity to be president of the United States. If you want to talk about whether he had the ability to endure what a race for president of the United States would require in that political environment in 2024, as I've said in the book, I had concerns.
I'm just wondering, is there a reason why you won't go to that prolonged frailty question? Now, we saw the debate, we saw the difficulty he had marshalling his thoughts.
I have answered that question. I do not believe that
I think it's just hard watching the debate to see how there could not be a problem long term with someone who can't marshal their thoughts. I'm not saying his acuity wasn't present.
I talked about that in the book, and I also mentioned the context in which that debate occurred. And you'll probably remember how I talked about that in terms of what his travel schedule had been, that what he had been enduring in terms of the timing of that debate. I talk about it extensively in the book. I'm not shying away from that. That's why I wrote it in the book, because I do know it's a question people had.
So that would never be allowed if she was still in office and was running and everything else. I mean, the way that these people cut you off, I mean, it is flagging hands down. It is like you're trying to land a plane, for Christ's sakes, and you're getting the fuck out of there. Now she has no protection PR-wise. She's doing all these interviews to sell this $13 million book, and this woman just said, fuck it, that's a world-class pivot there. Can you just answer the goddamn question?
Yeah.
So it's going to get worse for her.
Yeah, I feel like what we've seen from the Times and from the Times and Post, and then also from CNN lately, she's going to. There's no more running cover necessarily. Like some people, certain hosts will run cover, but there is permission now in the legacy media to go after this person.
Yes,
because they definitely don't want her for 28. And I can tell you, what's Michael Mouse was talking about this the other day, but one of the things that we've seen happen recently politically is like these repositionings that happen sometimes. So let's say, for example, Mamdani wins in New York. What do you think that does to the 28? Just out of curiosity, what do you think it does to the 28 primary?
I think
Democratic nominee.
I think it defines who the party is and where it's headed and who they're going to nominate. And I think you're going to look at these crowds and you're going to look at the excitement, and I'm going to use that in air quotes here, surrounding these progressive far-left candidates and say, this is our only hope to draw in people. And there's been a lot of young people at this Mamdani shit and these fucking rallies and everything else. There was a lot of young people for Bernie Sanders as well. And it's this socialist movement that's now happening, and I think this party is going to be trapped to where your biggest candidate in 2028, and I'm hearing this over and over and over again, is AOC. Because she consistently draws crowds, eyeballs, all the things. Gavin Newsom is doing fucking interviews every single day about running for president that is not for 3 years from now. And he's awful at it. We played the Wonder Bread interview the other day, where it's just, man, I'm hustling. I'm just out there hustling, man, just 5 stacks on Wonder Bread. And I'm just, improving my jump shot so my dad can come over, dog. We're going to get that fixed eventually, I promise you that. And it's embarrassing. He also, and this was on CNN 2 nights ago because I was watching it, in that panel, the most fucking stringent goddamn Democrat on the planet physically looked that panel in the eye and she goes, I lived in California. He fucking destroyed that state. As a Democrat, I want any other fucking candidate but this guy because I don't know anyone who lived in California throughout this time period that could point to somebody who didn't ruin a fucking state on his own.
Yeah. Well, allow me to retort.
Sure.
The last time this happened, and progressive candidates started winning in and running places. The response was the Dick Morris, Bill Clinton wing of the Democratic Party, which is to run against the fringe of your own party as a moderate, and it's very successful. So in in 88, Michael Dukakis, who tried to pretend to be a moderate, but he was super far left. I mean,
got destroyed.
He got fucking annihilated as a result of that, right? He went on this, like, he was a governor of Massachusetts first, right? Back in the late 70s and early 80s. And he was like, yeah, we're going to freeze taxes. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Didn't do any of it. The MDC, the Metropolitan District Commission, that handled a lot of their parks and waterways and reservoirs and shit like that, is like, oh, it's a corrupt organization. We're going to go after it. He teamed up with them immediately afterwards. Totally captured progressive Democrat, right? And ran for president in 88, got fucking annihilated. And then what did we hear about Clinton in 92? He wasn't talking about Democrat shit. He was talking about being a moderate.
Yep.
Right? That's what happens. There's going to be a Democrat who positions themselves as a moderate. They're going to get a lot of support, and from the center of America as well, people that might not necessarily be happy with how Trump has managed certain things, which is why from the clip from last week about messaging and stuff, that wasn't, some people were like, Caroline Levitt's doing a great job. You're a fucking idiot. That's not even what we were talking about. Shut your fucking mouth. Communicating to the voters specifically, especially ones in the middle. And that doesn't happen from the White House press secretary. It happens from cutouts and people like that out in the media saying, here are the actual numbers. Here's what you're saying. Here are the actual numbers, right? When Pritzker goes on Fox and he's like, "Oh, crime is we're not the worst." It's like, "Well, yeah, you are." He goes, "Yeah, but we cut it in half." Like, okay,
Still number
so
one.
you're still the worst, dude. Like, those are the numbers. The 2 million deportations. The rate's getting cut again by 50 basis points now. There will be another 50 basis points. We'll have a full % rate cut during Trump's presidency before it goes into its before 18 months of him being in office.
And Powell's out of there in May.
Yeah, he'll be out of there in May, but there will be another rate cut in February, probably, maybe March, probably February, though, to allow the housing market to come back. I don't know if you noticed this, but after the rate cut yesterday, mortgage rates actually went up a little bit, but that's to be expected. They'll come back down soon.
Sure.
Yes. But there'll be another 50 basis points. There'll be a full point rate cut since Trump entering before Powell's even gone, I think. Right? And then we'll see what happens when Trump puts his person in, if there's another 50 basis points or a point before the 26th campaign. These are the things they got to message on and be like, hey, there's some Democrat out here, all these people that are endorsing this lunatic. Somebody tries to come in 28 as a so-called moderate against Vance Rubio, which will be the ticket in 28. No. Where were you when Mamdani ran for mayor of our biggest city? Where were you when Fateh ran for our biggest Midwestern city, Minneapolis? Get the fuck out of here. You guys didn't say a goddamn word to moderate your party, right? Unless it's Lurch. He's the only one. He's the only Democrat who's been out there consistently saying, you guys got to calm the fuck down and act like normal people, right? He's the only one. So unless it's him running for president, and to be honest, that would be a pretty goddamn interesting campaign to see J.D. Vance and Fetterman debate because I don't think they would engage in, I don't think that conversation would go, I don't think it would be hostile and adversarial.
I think they would agree on a lot more than they disagree.
I think that's right. I think that's really right, and I think that would be a really interesting thing for the country to see that.
It would. I just don't think, speaking-wise, obviously coming back from the stroke and everything else, like, he's not all the way there, and that's tough. Like,
he's got a couple years.
It was tough from DeSantis.
He needs to get some stem cells. Maybe he is.
Maybe he is.
Fetterman, if you're out there, actually, we have some mutual friends that I'm trying to get him on the show.
Be great.
And
we'd love to have him.
Fetterman, if you want to go down to Columbia and get some stem cells injected into your brain, I know a guy.
Yeah. I'm going to have to do that in a few years, too. Yeah. Let's face it, I'm getting dumber and dumber every day.
You didn't know that fish and frogs weren't reptiles, so that's not great.
Guys, there's no way to check that. There's no tape of that. Ryan?
It was recorded earlier
today,
okay. Actually.
Is that up on Ross Patterson Revolution?
Yeah, it is, actually.
Well,
yeah,
Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, a lot of different places.
Just, you don't have to listen to that part of the show, but it's probably something wrong with your car, not mine. But here's Vance now, and the reason why I want to show you this clip is Not only is he always cool, calm, and collected in a normal fucking Democrat, unless
Zelensky shows up and starts acting like a bitch.
Right.
Then he's like, hey, fuck
you.
Right. But
and he's not afraid to do that. But
most of the time, just like flat, which is great.
You're going to need a normal Democrat to talk against this guy who is remarkably normal.
Oh, yeah.
And this thing
there's no way to beat
yesterday,
there's no way to beat him with a fucking AOC. I'm sorry, it just won't happen.
I agree.
She's going to be clucking and saying a bunch of dumb bullshit, and he's going to be like, what is this bitch talking about?
He's going to keep firing away. So yesterday, in case you didn't hear about this, Vance went to the TPUSA events on a campus and did over an hour of unscreened questions from the audience. I have never seen that from any political... Trump has, yes.
He doesn't give a fuck, dude.
But that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I can name.
By the way, this was set up in part by Rankin Shirling, Dr. Rankin Shirling from Ole Miss, who I've had on Citizen just last week, actually. I think it was last week or the week before.
Yep.
But, tune into this stuff and keep an eye out for me and Shirling doing some other stuff later. But originally...
Because this was really cool.
Originally, this was set up, I think, back in April, and Charlie was coming to speak.
Yes,
but obviously
he filled in
dead,
for Charlie Kirk.
So JD stepped in.
Who is his best friends, and go ahead and press play on this.
Out policies that hurt us.
Turn that up.
These policies are not even solving the problems. These policies are just creating chaos.
Ma'am. Okay, so again, I'm gonna finish answering the question, and then if I've answered all 9 of your questions in less than 15 minutes, then we can keep on going. We got to have a little fun, right? So here's the thing.
This is as loud as it'll go, by the way.
That the United States should lower its levels of immigration in the future, while also respecting that there are people who have come here through lawful immigration pathways that have contributed to the country. But just because one person or 10 people or 100 people came in legally and contributed to the United States of America, does that mean that we're thereby committed to let in 1 million or 10 million or 100 million people a year in the future? No, that's not right. We cannot have, I'll go and finish. We cannot have an immigration policy where what was good for the country 50 or 60 years ago binds the country inevitably for the future. There's too many people who want to come to the United States of America, and my job as vice president is not to look out for the interests of the whole world. It's to look out for the people of the United States.
Okay, so these are the common sense answers you're going to get out of him that we got out of him right before the election, because he came in very, very late.
Yeah, I mean that's just a reasonable. I mean, so you don't necessarily have to agree. I've been telling you guys this for years. Just because you don't agree with somebody's solution to a problem doesn't mean there isn't one. And that goes. He's addressing that from her perspective because she doesn't agree that there's an issue with illegal immigration. So he's saying just because there is good immigration doesn't mean there isn't bad. So let's have a conversation about it, which is a reasonable thing to do. Same way that we've applied that logic to healthcare. Just because you don't agree with the way the left is solving a healthcare problem doesn't mean that there's not some ethical guidelines that we can create here to make sure that in the richest country in the history of the world, people aren't being fucked over by the government and by private industry at the same time. We can have that conversation and do something about it. We have the power to do that. But just pretending like nothing's happening, who's that doing anything for? Which is why, if you read, there's a good book on startup marketing called Traction. And if you own a company, you should definitely understand this book. Read it, understand it. It's very good. But one of the things it talks about is in the beginning, when you're starting up, you make a bunch of noise. Like, for example, maybe you make a meme about terrorists at Starbucks. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you modernize as things go on. And when you're in a time of great tumult like we are right now, a guy like Trump, who's a brutish and bullies people around, makes sense. But then there's conversation to be had after that, right? And I think, one of the reasons that JD goes out and does this, aside from Charlie having been his friend and he agreed to do it, is for that reason, to show people that, like, we can sit down and talk about this stuff. I don't agree with everything JD Vance says or does, frankly, but what a boring world that would be if we all agreed. But he does seem to reason. You know what I mean? Like if there's an argument that he's making. It's like here are all the facts as I see them, and I feel like it would be really interesting to see. Just to circle back to it, and Rubio is the same way, by the way. Rubio has never been like a super. Ted Cruz doesn't do this. Ted Cruz talks about queso cheese and makes emotional arguments all the time. I've never heard Rubio do that. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, they're too maybe they're too similar to run together. It's possible. We'll see. But I don't know who the other Democrat is. That's a problem because Fetterman's like that.
That's what I can't figure out. And you know your opponent.
Yeah, Fetterman does. Fetterman doesn't do that. He's like, hey, look, people's feelings are hurt. We got to do something. He just doesn't think he's a trust fund kid. It seems like, but he's just a dude. You know what I mean? I don't agree with him on everything either. But it's like just a normal dude like that. Who's the other Democrat that's going to be like that? That isn't going to give a fuck that people like AOC are blowing them up in the press for not doing this thing or that thing. Who can not just ignore the left fringe, but say, shut the fuck up. I don't care what you think. Get out of here. I mean, and the reality is these leftist fringe people, they don't fucking vote.
No.
They don't vote. We see it in all these elections. They don't vote. They go out there and rabble-rouse and protest, and they never show up to fucking vote. Most of them probably can't, to be fair, because they're either illegal or criminals. That's not what affects it. The center of the country decides who wins. At left or right. They always decide. That's why we call them fucking swing states, my friend.
I get it, but this guy is so down the center here, Vance. I don't see a candidate who could possibly beat this guy unless the world goes to shit in the next 3 years.
Well, anything like that is possible, I suppose.
It always is, but this guy is so normal, so smart, and so beloved. You're going to have a normal candidate go against him because everybody else would seem too crazy.
Well, I mean, Fetterman's definitely that. I don't know if he has any ambition to run for president or not.
I don't think he does.
If the party would even allow it.
No.
I don't think he'd get higher than VP.
I don't either.
I think he'd be VP.
Yeah.
He's an uggo. That's a problem, unfortunately.
I know.
If DeSantis can't get elected because he drinks beer weird.
And his hands.
Fetterman's, he's not going to lurch out onto stage and be like, and people are going to chase him out of town with pitchforks.
Yeah, there's no world in which Abraham Lincoln wins an election in 2028.
No. Just based on those looks?
No, not with his squeaky weird voice and his fucking gorilla looks.
He's like a goblin. Yeah, he's just not going to do it. I do think Fetterman is probably going to be a name tossed around for vice president.
He should be, right? But
Yes.
The question is, who's the vice president? You know what I mean? That's
Gavin Newsom's too extreme. He won't do it with Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom.
He wouldn't do it with AOC.
Gavin Newsom can't win, and everybody fucking knows. The Democratic Party knows that Gavin Newsom cannot win a federal election, or AOC, or whatever else.
AOC's. I don't think a representative's ever won.
No, I don't think so.
I think the last person who went from rep to president might have been Lincoln.
Shit, dude.
Lincoln was never a senator.
He wasn't sitting, right? There was time.
No, he wasn't sitting.
Yeah, he was 2 cycles off, I think, before he ran.
Yeah, something like that. My guess would be it's going to be a moderate governor, like you can say moderate, whatever you want with this, but like Beshear or Shapiro.
Shapiro, they're not going to take 2 from Pennsylvania, but that doesn't necessarily mean Shapiro won't run. He might run, and Fetterman might not. But big Gretsch too.
Gretsch would be another one.
You put that ticket together, that seems a little more normal to me.
And I still think it wouldn't surprise me if John Ossoff is in the ring as well.
He's so crazy. I don't know how he wins.
Ossoff?
I don't either. Yeah.
The Georgia senator?
Yeah. I don't.
Are you sure you're thinking of Warnock?
Oh, I'm thinking of Warnock, maybe.
Yeah, you're thinking of Raphael Warnock. Ossoff is like a normal, good-looking guy.
He is, but he reminds me of Beto, and it's all kind of bullshit. Like, he didn't even live in our district. He's from my hometown, but allegedly didn't live in the district. But
I mean, that's.
He just reminds me of a Beto. It reminds me of a Beto, dude.
It could be, but you won't hear much from him because he has a Senate race right now.
Right.
So he's not going to start talking presidential stuff until after that.
No. So that, you're ways away. But the more and more this guy, Vance, is put out there in these forums like this, and God bless him for taking this fucking gig, man. His best friend, Charlie, just got murdered for doing the exact same thing. And for the Vice President of the United States to go out there and talk on a college campus for over an hour and just answer these random people's questions is wild to me.
Yeah.
To not care.
Also, just hope to God J.D. Vance doesn't go on a Nick Fuentes podcast in the next 3 years.
He will not. I can promise you that, dude.
They won't allow that.
Yeah. Not only that, he's smart enough. Like, do you notice he dodges a lot of shit that that would be bad for him? He's just always doing the right thing, that guy, and it's impressive to see. We'll see whether or not this carries on for the next 3 years, but it's a hard candidate to beat. Next up, as far as hard to beat, firstform.com/Drinkin Bros. That's the hardest company to beat in the supplement biz, in my opinion, man. These guys are the best doing it out there. That maple butter waffle protein powder they just released is fucking choice, dude. It was here. We poured some milk in it yesterday. God damn it, it's good, man. It's, dare I say, like drinking a milkshake before you go work out. It almost tastes too good where you're like, what the fuck is going on here? That's all their products. We'll start with the protein bars because all the protein bars have the same flavors in the powder. So if you like powder versus the protein bars, fine. It's all the same flavors except for the sherbet one. I don't believe that's available in the bars that you're showing there on TV.
Not yet. I mean, I don't know this to be true, but it would make sense that they put out the powder first to see if people like it and then explore making a bar if they do.
I hope they make a bar of this one.
Yeah, because it's really good.
This is what I want.
We got some pumpkin spice bars on the way.
I know. Pumpkin spice is coming, dude. They got everything apple pie. 20 grams of protein in every single bar, and they taste amazing. It's not like that shit we used to have back in the day, man, for these protein bars. They've cracked the code, and nobody else has. I'm imagining it's under lock and key as far as like who their fucking flavor house is because they just keep pumping out amazing flavors for it. And it seems like it's happening on a weekly basis over there. So congratulations. I love these guys. If you're trying to level up your protein game on a daily basis, we travel with these bars everywhere we go too. It's a great meal replacement. It's good to get your kids off of candy as well, like Snicker bars and whatnot. I know Halloween is tomorrow, but you know, a week later, you're going to have to wean them off the Snickers bars. Get those PB&J ones, dude. My kids love those. Those are the best in the biz. And then also they're microfactors. Microfactors take the guesswork out of vitamins, so you don't have to think about how many you need for that month and afterwards, and then you got too many, you got too little. What am I actually taking here? They just put the big 6 in them. Let's face it, we're all not eating the way we need to. We're working out the way we need to on a daily basis. This puts in the antioxidants, CoQ10s, multivitamins, fruits and veggies, EFAs, and the probiotic. 30 individual bags, you just rip it open, boom, throw it in your mouth, and then you buy one the next month, and you are good to go. Also, their liver detox after a fucking bender. Whew, that has saved some lives around here, dude. So go to firstform.com/Drinkin Bros today. Look through all of their sites, supplement-wise. They are the very best there is right now, in my opinion. That is First Form spelled with a 1. 1-STPHORM. Firstform.com/Drinkin Bros, where, as always, you're getting free shipping over $100. Next up, Knowles on political violence. Conservative podcaster Michael Knowles will recall facing down hundreds of pro-transgender protesters who forced him to cut a 2023 appearance at the University of Pittsburgh short when he testified before a Senate panel on Tuesday on rising leftist terrorism. Go ahead and play this clip, Bob.
Suggested that we condemn political violence, which surely we must all do. But then he suggested that we not try to pinpoint exactly which side the violence comes from. This seems to me confusing and misbegotten, as one cannot solve a problem if one does not know where the problem lies. In light of the murder of my friend Charlie Kirk by a leftist assassin, I am gratified to see that at least some members of our federal legislature are now confronting the consistent and escalating pattern of left-wing terrorism in the country. Lest I be accused of partisan invective, on September 23rd, no less an emblem of American liberalism than The Atlantic magazine published an article citing a recent study from the Center for Strategic and International Studies, admitting that the left is more violent today than the right. Less honest liberals, including members of Congress, continue to deny this fact. Democrat Congressman Seth Moulton, for example, reacted to Charlie's assassination by blaming the right. Congressman Moulton claimed that 3/4 of political violence in the United States comes from the right, while only 4% comes from the left. That claim struck me, as it probably does many of you, as suspect. So I looked into just a few recent examples that came to mind of prominent left-on-right violence. The Covenant School Massacre in Nashville, in which a trans-identifying shooter murdered Christian school children after outlining her ideological motivations. According to authorities, there was no ideological motive there. Go figure. The Black Lives Matter riots, overtly leftist demonstrations that left dozens of people dead and over $1 billion worth of property damage. Likewise, those fail to show up on registers of left-wing political violence. Even an attack by Antifa that targeted me personally, as well as conservative college students for our political views, appeared in official records and data sets as nothing more than obstructing law enforcement. It turns out the left commits relatively little political violence when you don't count the political violence that the left commits. I am here today to speak about that single illustrative incident. On April 18th, 2023, I was invited to participate in a debate at the University of Pittsburgh on the topic of transgenderism. Before the debate, several hundred left-wing protesters gathered outside the student center, many dressed uniformly in black with face coverings. They lit the street on fire while burning me in effigy with a little Hitler mustache painted on my face. All because I hold the view, as most Americans do, that men cannot become women. Buildings in the area were placed on a soft lockdown. As the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire put out my burning effigy, an Antifa operative named Brian DePippa, hiding behind his wife, Crystal, rolled 2 smoke bombs under police barricades. Attendees scattered while demonstrators chanted, "Fascists go home." DePippa then threw a lit firework into a group of police officers protecting the building. The explosion injured several officers, including severe and life-altering injuries to a female officer.
Yeah, so with Michael Knowles here, it's all about violence. And wasn't there an explosion outside, even him trying to get into this goddamn thing today?
Yeah, I don't know what happened today, but yeah, I mean, it's just...
It's like, we don't have any details on it, but yeah, I mean, it's just, all this shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's this... there's been a lot of this discussion about who's responsible for what.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be clear, regardless of what people say rhetorically, stochastic terrorism, which I told you to be on the lookout for 2 years ago, I think, or a year and a half ago maybe, is bullshit. Only people who do violence are responsible for it. This is America. We don't fucking blame people for other people's bullshit, and we damn sure don't blame groups for the actions of individuals. You are both responsible for your actions, and you have the right to them to some degree, right? The right to free action, certainly. So it's like, I don't like that phrase, stochastic terrorism, but it is, I think, important to lay out the fact that it is just the left doing political violence in any meaningful way. When I say that, I don't mean that some right-leaning person doesn't do stupid shit from time to time, whether it's political or apolitical. What I mean is that there is not just political violence from the left, but there is also support for it on the left, right? So if any right-wing person does anything stupid like that, the entire right immediately says, "Fuck you, we don't do that," right? Go get a job, asshole, is usually something like that. That's not true in the left. The left is like, well, I mean, he was the CEO of a healthcare company, and a lot of people are upset about that. So I can kind of understand why the fucking blah, 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 right? And there is some of it encroaching on the right, obviously, with some of the just absolutely abhorrent collectivist gay bullshit that Tucker promotes, trying to normalize these fucking weirdos. But even then, while I disagree with the way they're handling that stuff, one, I don't believe in censorship. Let stupid people say stupid shit. And it doesn't even compare to what's happening on the left. As much as I'm irritated with what's happening on the right with this collectivist Nazi bullshit, it doesn't even compare to what's happening on the left. And the fucking stats are in, my friend.
Well, I mean,
the stats are in. $1 billion to $2 billion worth of damage. 32 people killed during the Summer of Love. Like, there's no event like that.
But that was George Floyd. He
Republicans.
was a hero.
Yeah. There's nothing even remotely close to that that's happened with Republicans. Some old people, there's like 30 dicks at January 6th that were acting like dicks. Let's be real about that. There was 30 or 40 of them that were just assholes, and those people that should probably still be in jail if they're not, frankly. You can't just fucking hit people because you're upset.
Or the police.
That's a child doing that, right? But The majority of those people were fucking standing around looking at shit or grandmas walking through stanchions. There's nothing remotely close to what's happening on the left with regard to violence on the right. It's non-existent. You know what I mean? And not only is the action itself non-existent, but damn sure the support for it is. So it's crazy that Knowles even has to go say this, frankly.
It is. And like, you know, Trump almost got assassinated 3 times. You know, the third one being that fucking thing that just found, 2 weeks ago outside of there. Charlie Kirk was assassinated live on television. Anything burn? Any protests?
No, they just had a...
Prayers.
Yeah, prayer meeting or something.
That was it. Get-togethers on campuses and things like that. No damage, no fires, no destruction. And, yeah, I expect more this weekend. If they don't solve this. Because those fucking people don't give a shit about our country. You've already said the stats for SNAP. Half of them aren't even U.S. citizens, really. I mean, they're all from other countries. So
well, they
don't have anything to lose by burning shit down, to be honest.
I do expect there will be some violence.
Yeah. They're going to go in and fucking loot every goddamn store there is. And that's going to go down. When is it shut off? At midnight, probably?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess whenever I've never had SNAP before, so I don't know when the payments go in or what.
Well, it's usually I would say the 1st and 15th, right? Just based on the Bone Thugs and Harmony song that I loved. It's the first of the month. Wake up, get up. It's
business
the first
day.
of the month.
Yeah, so it probably won't actually have any affect until
Monday,
I would imagine.
Maybe
because banks. I mean, maybe payments go in Saturday. I mean, Saturday is the 1st.
My mortgage is on the 5th, but if the 5th is on a Saturday or Sunday, it won't go through till the next, Monday or whatever.
I guess we'll see.
I like how you said mortgage versus benefits, Bob. And that's nice. You're paying for a house versus waiting for food to show up. Next up, foreign governments are betting on Mamdani, while betting markets are becoming a key data point for candidates and media outlets seeking real-time data. There are questions about where all that money is coming from and whether it could be an attempt to influence public perception. On Polymarket, which is not open to U.S. residents, although let's face it, a VPN like expressvpn.com/drinkinbros. Promo code Drinkin' Bros is going to get you 3 months free on that. Can help get around that limitation. An overwhelming majority of bets in, they're all in favor of Zohran winning this goddamn thing. And a lot of the money is coming from the China and the Middle East markets in particular, which is very odd to me.
Why is it odd? He's a neo-Marxist, and China is run by neo-Marxists, and the entire Middle East is run by except for Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, UAE, and Jordan.
Middle East makes sense because they want a Muslim in there. And the world's biggest
And
city.
China makes sense because they want to destroy America.
There you go.
And also they're neo-Marxists.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
This is, I'm telling you, I'm going to write a paper on this soon just because it keeps coming up. But there are so many examples through history of whatever leftist group working with whatever neo-Marxist, particularly with Arab neo-Marxists, and then as soon as the fucking fight's over, the fucking Arabs are like, so what are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
Boom, 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 and kill them all. And that's what's going to happen here too. I'm telling you, there's going to be New York, Minneapolis, Dearborn, a few other are going to have problems with gay people and so-called queer people, whatever the fuck that means, getting murdered by Muslims.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's coming in the next couple of years.
I would bet on that in 10 seconds. Now,
it's coming.
It
always happens. I'm not saying that I want it to. I'm saying that historically, it always happens.
It always happens. Now, I don't really trust Polymarket all that much. To Dan's point, it can be influenced by outside people here. So, Bob, go to my bookie because these odds would be the same as Vegas or any other sites, to be honest with you, gambling-wise. Is there odds up for Mamdani on Tuesday? Because if so, I will bet the fucking house on it. Because that'll give you real numbers. Vegas doesn't fuck around. Like, Vegas is always Vegas, man. And typically these numbers are shit, off by a half a point maybe. And they do political shit on there. I won $5,000 off of Trump. Shit, I took your bet for the popular vote, by the way. So, shit, I won truck ton of money that night, for Christ's sakes. And if you
what
can
did
bet
I
on
tell
this-
you to bet? I don't remember.
You told me to take the popular votes.
Oh, yeah.
All the swing states.
Yeah.
I didn't do that one.
I did all of them.
I didn't. I thought he would get 4 to 5, not all goddamn 7. So I didn't do that one. And then the last one was popular votes. Oh, and that would be decided that night, which it was, ironically. Later on in the day. Do we got Mamdani here for politics yet?
Not seeing their political box right now. I'm on my laptop. I'm actually not seeing a... Oh, here we go. Specials. It just says entertainment.
Ooh, is that considered entertainment?
No, it's Oscar Best Picture. I'm not seeing politics up on their site at the moment.
Okay. Because it could change by Tuesday night, which if it is, we're going all in on that. At least I am.
It looks like, just from all the books in general, I think Mamdani is the favorite. So
yeah, New York Post has him up by 11 as of yesterday. Say what you will about that, but they're pretty right, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you could also say the media is trying to scare people into that, right?
Mamdani's minus 1250 to win. Cuomo's plus 600.
Fuck you. Is that what it is?
Yep.
God damn, that's high. And that's
a couple of Republicans, former city council and state reps and Congress endorsed Cuomo today. Republican people.
I'm sure
there's going to be a lot more.
If I was Trump, I'd endorse Cuomo. I know you obviously don't want to go against your own party there, but I don't know. Well, actually, what do you think he thinks, man? Like, hey, let the fucking city burn, and then I'll try to fix it. He's also a diehard New Yorker.
Trump loves New York.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
But if I'm him, I come out and say, hey, man, anybody but this guy, just vote for fucking Cuomo and get this done. But again, we'll be live for it Tuesday night. I think it'll be over early. If our show goes more than 2 hours that night, I'd be shocked. Because you're going to have the votes and all that other shit. The world will be focused in on this. When I say the world, Middle East included. This is a big fucking deal. You get a Muslim in New York. I know we've been trying to sport wash, whitewash, and whatever the fuck we're calling it, trying to get everybody there, comedy wash and everything else. This would be a big one, though, to get a Muslim as mayor in the world's biggest city in the world. That would be crazy. That would be fucking crazy to me. Next up, ad-wise, we got AmericanFinancing.net/Drinkin Bros. All right. So for all you homeowners out there, interest rates for the last few years have been and continue to be high. I know the rate's coming down now, a quarter point apiece, but it's not, it's not,
No, I mean, so until there's a full basis point cut, mortgage rates aren't coming back down.
No.
So you're still a ways out.
You're ways out, and we've all had to reach for our credit cards to pay off shit right now. Credit cards are averaging between 20 and 30% APR, whereas if you own a home, that's right around 6.5%, and you can take that out of your house, pay that off, pay your credit cards off, and then get it at that interest rate rather than this 20 to 30%, because it's become a real bitch here. And AmericanFinancing.net can help you. On average, their customers save $800 a month. And they're all licensed in 50 states. So you can call and get free advice, free help, everything. Because they're on salary and they're not commission-based, they don't put you in a shitty loan. It doesn't make any sense. They'll just give you the numbers. If you want to do it, great. If not, great. You can go to AmericanFinancing.net/Drinkin Bros, or you can call their phone number, and dude, they'll pick up, bro. It's pretty fucking quick. I've used them before in the past. You may be able to close in as fast as 10 days. You might also be able to delay up to 2 mortgage payments, creating more savings up front, and they got hundreds of thousands of great reviews on Google. Call today at 866-887-2275. That is 866-887-2275, or AmericanFinancing.net/Drinkin Bros. Disclaimer here for the Better Business Bureau is it's NMLS 182334. You can check them out at NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Bob always posts these links and phone numbers in the audio and video descriptions. If you're seeing the video here today on YouTube, the video will be available on Spotify. Patreon is always Patreon, But that's our deal with them, and God bless those guys. It's amazing, the quality over there, and it's fucking fun.
Greg LaMontagne says that once Trump is out of office, he could always run for mayor of New York City.
He might.
I mean, it wouldn't be... So presidents have gone on to do other stuff before.
Hillary Clinton almost... she was this close to running for mayor of New York City.
She would never win.
I think she would over these guys.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe over him. But not in general. But
I'll tell you this. Here's how far I'll go with this. If it was her versus Mamdani right now, I would literally look into the fucking barrel of this camera and say, go and vote for Hillary Clinton for mayor of New York City.
I think if those are the two options you chose, you deserve whatever you deserve the worst of the two. That's what I think. So I would tell him to vote for Mamdani.
But right now, that's what New Yorkers are saying. So
but Cuomo is not a fucking... He's a politician. He's a scumbag politician, but he's not a zealot. Hillary Clinton is a globalist zealot.
Yes.
She's an evil person. Mamdani is a fucking neo-Marxist zealot. He's an evil person. Cuomo is just a fucking dipshit. At any rate...
He killed 90,000 grandmothers, too.
That's probably 60.
You think so?
I don't know. He's just incompetent.
Yeah.
But yeah, Taft was the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court after he was president. So it's happened before.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
somebody Bob Saget's bathtub, which is really funny name.
That's a great handle there.
Is that Womb Raider?
That's great.
He's always got good ones.
No.
Or she. I don't know if it's a dude or not.
But yeah, anybody but this guy, like I'd vote for Hillary if I was living in that city right now. Like if that was the two candidates. But Cuomo, God, he looked terrible in those debates too. Like it's just he's rattled. That whole shit for what he went through just really fucking shook him, dude. Whereas this guy will just stand there and lie to your face on every single news outlet, on every single subject. I've never seen anybody that's been able to do that and just look you in the eyes and lie to you, knowing that they're wrong on every single point there is, man.
Yeah. Hold on, Bob. I'm going to send you a video.
Twitter?
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to witness, man, as we've been going through this race.
This is Mamdani like 2 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
I think it was 2 years ago. Notice he's not wearing a suit. He's wearing his fucking man dress.
There it is. Press play.
So who is ready to end the exception? I want to hear you say, not on our dime! Not on our dime!
Yeah.
And again, Obama has called this guy. They've had a 3-hour conversation. It appears as if they're in full preparation for this dude to take over.
Yeah, I mean, there's another video of him. He's talking. That's why he was on city council or whatever else he was doing. I can't, or if he was a alderman or some shit. I don't know what New York has, but he was like, "You got to know when the NYPD puts its boot on your neck that it was laced by the IDF." Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Whoa.
How did you manage to wedge the IDF into fucking the New York Police Department?
Yeah.
It's like the largest police department on earth. What are you talking about? You fucking dum-dum. By the way, that's when the black fellow was mayor there.
Eric Adams?
Yeah, I don't care what his name is. He's a fucking clown.
Yeah, all of them. It's been a bad streak for New York City, and it's about to get a lot worse here. You ready for that?
Either
call
way,
to
it
prayer?
gets worse, to be honest, because Cuomo's definitely not better than Adams. He's a piece of shit, too. No matter who wins, it's going to get worse.
I think, though, Cuomo is at least the dirtbag that he's the classic New York dirtbag that we're used to, right? Where it's just, all right, any means necessary. I'll overlook the Hoffa thing. If we need to murder somebody, we need to murder somebody. If I got to kill your grandparents, I do. Like,
Yeah,
sorry,
well, look, I mean, they shouldn't have been standing there, obviously.
I know.
That's kind of on them.
At least it's on brand for New York. Shit, even that Sliwa guy, the way he talks is, well, it's a New Yorker, through and through. Man, I'm not leaving the city. I'm going to stay in it. I was born here, and I'm going to stay here and live here. And you're just like, all right, well, at least you're a New Yorker. But the whole raspberry beret that he's wearing has not been great. And he's also not a fan of Prince. I'm not happy about that either. Next up, Trump and Xi agreements. President Donald Trump and presidents of China. Xi Jinping reached an agreement on several trade matters that were driving their high-stakes trade disputes following their meeting in South Korea. Trump and Xi met on the sidelines of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, APEC, Sure, why not? Summit in Busan on Thursday for what was their first in-person meeting since 2019 during Trump's first term. Trump said that he reached a deal with China following what he told reporters aboard Air Force One was an amazing meeting, and he rated the meeting a 12 out of 10, which is what I love, you know? I love a good 12
you
out
can't
of 10.
pull, like, you got to do math correctly when you're talking to Asians. I don't think that's appropriate.
I think they're fine, dude. A lot of those Asians graduated with a 4.2 GPA. I didn't think it was possible to get above 4.0.
Extra credit.
Well, that's what Trump's giving them.
No.
Extra credit here. Extra credit. I bet they had another meal waiting for him in an hour or two.
What, a Happy Meal?
Yeah. He's going to be hungry.
They should do, you know how they did that Travis Scott McDonald's meal? They should do a Donald Trump McDonald's meal.
Oh, my, a McTrump?
Do you know how much money they would make?
How much money would a McTrump meal make? I'd buy that fucking burger in 10 seconds.
I haven't been to McDonald's in years.
I go 3 times a week because of kids, and it's just easy, and sometimes the practices run over. So, yeah, I still go to it all the time. You give me a McTrump burger, and I am all fucking in, dude.
What would be the McTrump burger?
I think you got to go 4 patties on the Big Mac. I really do. 2 isn't enough anymore. They keep thinning down their patties over there. I still love it, by the way. I still love you, McDonald's. I'm not shitting on you. It's just, give me 2 more patties on that goddamn thing, and you'll bring D'Anthony back, I can tell you that.
No, I'm not eating that now.
Yeah, you are.
No.
You're a 4-patty guy everywhere you go.
I'm a 4-patty guy, sure. I'm just not eating it from McDonald's, really.
In a pinch?
In a pinch, sure, but that's not the point.
That McTrump, though, oh, shit, dude. It only comes with a Diet Coke. So it's going to be 4 patties on a Big Mac, large fries, and then you're only getting Diet Coke. There's no other options for drinks on that. And then guess what? They throw you in 1 30-milligram tablets of Adderall. And I think that gets you through the day, right? You can have that meal and then just kind of snort that up, get ready for a
Can we bring Ludes back?
lunch.
Bring lube? What'd you say?
Ludes.
Quaaludes.
He doesn't do drugs or alcohol.
He's old school.
I wish, but he doesn't do it. And which is probably why that motherfucker doesn't sleep or anything else, dude. He's never touched a drug or drink in his life. So yeah.
Well, here's what the
what'd the pinger say?
Here's what the deal was. So China had halted purchase of U.S. soybeans in retaliation for tariffs. They cut that off. China agreed to buy 12 million metric tons of U.S. soybeans in this current season, and then committed to buying 25 million tons annually over the next 3 years, which is a gift to American farmers from Trump. So that's good, I guess. I mean, soy is gross, and I don't know what the fuck they're using it for. I guess China uses it more than
China
us
does, yeah.
for making their weird soy stuff. I don't like it, but the second thing was China made some guarantee or another about fentanyl. I'm not sure exactly what it was. I think it was to stop killing pretty much every celebrity that dies is fentanyl.
Yep.
Betty White, all the other ones.
Yep.
Like most of them. It was either AIDS or fentanyl.
Every single time.
Yeah, so
B. Arthur.
This one, Trump's cutting that 20% fentanyl tariff in half down to 10. Which reduces overall tariffs on Chinese goods from 57% down to 47%. The Chinese government recently moved to implement tougher export controls on rare earth minerals as well, and they've agreed to postpone that for 1 full year. China's obviously, we've talked about this before, but the world's leading producer of rare earth and has the largest reserves. I think they control 65% of the world's reserves, and they're mining like 90% of the rare earth minerals. That doesn't mean we don't have any. That just means they're going full retard on it. So this is all good news. Things are normalizing with China. I think Trump had Xi bent over a barrel because the Chinese economy is kind of fucked up right now, and he was losing power big time. I don't know what happened on the back end of this. I don't know if the agency is over there helping him with the people that are trying to come after him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, but this is a pretty good deal for America. So I'd be interested to know what's going on behind the scenes, but I really don't want to know because then it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing about a deal with 2 alphas. If it's all out in public, it can't work because somebody loses face at some point. This one, I think is a good deal for everybody. Obviously, it lowers the tariffs on China as well, and they'll probably get lowered again back down to less than 40% at some point soon if this continues with the fentanyl thing. But yeah, it's a good meeting.
I think this was always the plan, though, all the way around with Trump and China, where
of course
you're not trying to get sun, moon, and stars. You ask for it, and then you kind of meet in the middle there, and you at least lower the fucking rates, and that's it. And every president should be doing that, Republican or Democrat. So I don't understand what the bitching's been about. The tariff thing was a nothing burger. I hate to use Van Jones's phrase there, but it really wasn't. We got all the deals we needed to. Nothing really changed. Fucking gas is down, food's down, all this other shit. The only person who said it's a lie that gas and food is dropped down is in California. It's Newsom in California, and it's like, yep, because it's your fucking state, dude.
Yeah.
All these states that we go to all the time, man, we see the same shit over and over again with gas prices and everything else. And it's all starting to come down. And then the inflation reports that are coming out. All that was going to be, remember the tariffs. And then even Powell was just like, well, it appears as if that was a little overblown on the tariffs.
Yeah.
So way to scare the fuck out of everybody for, 8 months now? And then finally cave on this bullshit?
Yeah, California and Washington and Oregon have the highest gas prices in the country. Higher than Alaska.
Yeah.
Which there's oil there. I guess somewhere in there. Second place is Hawaii, actually, which would make sense because they're out in the middle of nowhere.
Hawaii, though, has always had the highest gas prices in the country.
They have to, yeah. But for California, so for every gallon, there's right now crude oil. This is from May, but let's just map it onto here. It's a little bit lower now than it was in May, but crude oil $1.84 per gallon. Distribution and marketing 98 cents. I don't know what the fuck that means.
We don't either.
Taxes. Wait, and then another distribution is 98 cents. Marketing is 32 cents. I don't know what they're marketing. 90 cents for taxes and fees, and then 54 cents for environmental programs. So I don't know, like 60% of the gas price in California is tax and other stupid shit imposed by California.
Right.
What the fuck are we? That's wild to me. So federal taxes are 18 cents per gallon. That's part of it. It's federal taxes is 18 cents of the 90 cents in taxes and fees that's being charged in California.
Yeah. It's been going on for years.
I mean,
that's
fucking crazy.
Years. Even when I was there, years, dude. Gas was through the roof. Fucking personal taxes were through the fucking roof. Like, it just sucks. And it sucks.
It's 72 cents a gallon for state taxes.
Yeah. That just goes to them. It has nothing to do.
And they're still in like a
$50
billion budget deficit.
Yeah.
The average, by the way, across all states for total taxation is 28 cents a gallon. They're at 90.
Yeah, 90.
Why?
90s, I don't know.
For what possible fucking reason?
And here's what I don't understand after seeing Gavin Newsom talk on that podcast the other day. It's like, man, there's a lot of people out there just, trying to have the Wonder Bread and 5 stacks and macaroni and cheese. Man, mac and cheese, shooting jump shots at your dad to come to the game.
Which, by the way, macaroni and cheese is a white people food. He was no, it is. That's when
now we're looking at a debate.
No, when black people make fun of white people, like go eat some mayonnaise and mac and cheese. And we say fucking pork or
I love fried chicken. Mac and cheese, so I hope that's true. But
yeah, everybody does. That's not the point.
But I don't know.
The point
Popeye's always.
But the point is, stereotypically, nobody says that I'm eating mac and cheese to pretend like I'm black, which is what he was trying to do. So he doesn't even understand black people well enough to be racist. I'm teaching a class.
It was pretty racist.
It was definitely racist, but he didn't do a good job of it. I'm teaching a class at the Learning Annex over Christmas break.
Okay.
Where you can learn how to be more effectively racist.
Yeah. Is there sign-ups now or?
Sign up now. Yeah, you gotta, and I'll have some information up on the Substack as well. Another episode of the Organon series came out today, by the way, so go check that out. It is the...
Tell everybody they can find it, by the way. If it was asking for a link.
Yeah, it's danholloway.substack.com.
There you go.
Or you can just go to Substack and type in my name. But this is on prior analytics or deductive reasoning, as Sherlock Holmes would call it. But anyways, I'll put some of the information up there too, but really important that you understand details about culture, other cultures, so that you can be more effectively racist. I think that's important. Yeah.
I agree, man, because look, if you're going to say racist shit, at least get it right. You know, that's all we're asking. That's all we're asking on all sides.
Or be humorously wrong, right?
That's
like
all.
that wrong answer is the only thing is a good one too, but you know.
Yeah. By the way, if we're addressing the hoodie here, which is the first one I feel like I've worn this year, finally dropped to below 190 degrees here. So yeah, where are we at? Where are we sitting at here today? 60?
60s. Yeah.
69.
Look at that. 69, dude. Let's go. This morning it was cold when I took my kids to school. It was chilly out there,
70s,
and I loved it.
70s cold here.
My God, dude, I loved it. Holy shit, I was in shock. Next up, more judicial activism defeated. The Department of Homeland Security is celebrating a victory after an act of judicial overreach has been paused. On Wednesday, an appeals court blocked an order issued on Tuesday that requires a senior Border Patrol official to give unprecedented daily briefings to a judge about immigration sweeps in Chicago. U.S. District Judge Sarah Ellis had ordered the meetings after weeks of tense encounters and increasingly aggressive tactics by government agents working on Operation Midway Blitz, which has resulted in more than 1,800 arrests and complaints of excessive force. Now, while Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino told Fox News earlier Wednesday that he was eager to talk to Ellis, government lawyers were appealing her decision at the same time, calling it extraordinarily disruptive. The order significantly interferes with the quintessentially executive function of ensuring the nation's immigration laws are properly enforced by waylaying a senior executive official critical to that mission on a daily basis, the Justice Department argued.
Wailing.
Yeah. We are thrilled. This act of judicial overreach has been paused. Thank you.
Wrong button.
Crime Corner.
Wailing.
Thank you.
There we go.
There it is. God damn it,
That was
Ryan.
me. I hit the wrong button.
Fucking A, dude. Booyah! Oh! So I have to go back in twice now because you fucked it up for everyone.
Yeah, by the way, wailing means
Damn it.
to like interrupt somebody.
I guess I did that.
Yeah, you did.
Wailing,
and the audience.
But wailing is also, it sounds like a Chinese name. to
It
me,
does.
Right?
It really does.
So he's definitely not coming off a Drinkin' Bro of the Week now.
No, and it sounds like an hors d'oeuvre is what it sounds like. You know, it's not a fucking
I'll take.
full meal.
I
but
like
it's a
my
starter.
wailings extra crispy.
So do I.
And I just wailinged you as
Yep.
well by interrupting in the middle of the thing. That's called a callback. You fucking faggots.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that mess.
How do you like that whole mess there? Huh? But yeah, man, everything that's going on with the Department of Homeland Security, Jesus Christ, they're getting shut down at every judge level thing.
But it never works. This is why, like, don't immediately say, like, oh, the Constitution, it can't help us here, because it keeps helping you.
Mm-hmm.
The judicial process continues to work properly.
Yeah.
It just takes time. This is the way it's meant to do that, I guess. I mean, it sucks sometimes, but that's the way it is. The Constitution is a very good document. And as a matter of fact, that'll be the next series on my Substack. It's a 30-part series on the history of the Constitution.
Holy shit.
From the Bible, Greek and Roman thought, everything.
Okay.
The whole thing. I mean, it's like, it's a summation, so there'll be some work required on your part as well to go look up stuff and research stuff and all that. But yeah,
all right.
That's the next one that's coming out. I'm almost done with it.
Okay. Speaking of being done with it, shit, dude. Final Inch. Last St. James
Yep.
book is out November 18th. Right now, Amazon's really pressing the Kindle version of it. I don't really know why. I guess Kindle's
Well,
become
it's
a fucking big deal.
if you're doing a fall release, it makes sense because Kindle's a good fucking stocking stuffer.
It is.
You know what I
That
mean?
makes sense. There you go.
I'm sure that's why, right?
Yeah, I
because
guarantee it.
there's Black Friday coming up, and then there's African American Friday. Apologies.
Thank you
to everyone.
Whoa.
We don't know
Yeah.
what that is.
We are gonna get that fixed.
We don't know what it is. And then there's obviously Christmas.
Yes.
And then Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa
which is where
as well.
I think on Kwanzaa you steal.
I think you have to, right?
I think so.
Especially if the government's shut down. We'll see.
I don't know how it works, to be honest.
If you're not getting SNAP benefits, I don't know. The hardback, though, is right here. It's beautiful. Shout out to the designers on that one. Jesus Christ, we worked back and forth on that one, and they knocked it out of the park. November 18th, it all ends, dude. And then the audiobook usually comes out 2 to 3 months later. Same shit as always. You're not coming up, are you, friend? No. He's got a real job, and he goes, after this fucking show, are you kidding me, bro? Is that your wife back there? Yeah, his wife's just like, nah, he ain't coming up, bro. We got to fucking put food on the table. I understand it. Smart decision, dude. But you can submit for Drinkin' Bro of the Week at drinkinbros.com. BroBox is on fucking fire, dude. So we gave out those massive, massive steins for Oktoberfest last month. Those rock. Since, obviously, I'm wearing a hoodie here, you're going to get some stuff for the cold weather that's coming up. That's all I'll say. And it is my favorite box of the year so far. You know what's weird, man, is like the umbrella. I've used 10,000 times this year, man. I love that goddamn thing. It's the things that you actually need, too. So we're trying to do a nice balance of it. And I would highly recommend you sign up for this. This will be a once-in-a-lifetime bro box there. And then also, I talked to Brandon and I talked to Nico, our app guy. Because we have an app. Drinkin' Bros app is free. It's on iPhones and Androids. You can say and do anything you want. Just don't be that big of a dick, obviously. And then you can put 30 seconds of video. A lot of people showing nudes of their wives, dude. Or people they're banging, strangers they're banging for 30 seconds. Because, yeah, there is 30 seconds of video. We're paying for the back end of that. They're like, how are you affording that storage? Dan and I are doing it, so we don't really give a shit. We just wanted something there in case Zuck ended up deleting the Facebook page like he did last time. So the wall is on there. All of our podcasts are on there. You can press play right from there and listen directly off the phone. Drinkinbros.com is on there, so you can submit for Drinkin' Bro of the Week. You get the Bro Box, you can get T-shirts, all that other fun stuff. And then we will be having a Black Friday sale, African-American Friday sale, with some of the extras that were left over from the Bro Box for the year. I talked to Brandon about it last night, and he said, I think those should be the items we give away, and we'll give away a promo code on Black Friday. So that way, in case you missed out on some of these Bro Boxes earlier in the year, it will be limited because we only ordered like 10 or 12 extra for each of these things. But we'll be doing a Black Friday sale for that. And that way you can get a shot at some of the things that you look back on the past and you're like, fuck, I wish I would have gotten that Bro Box. I understand it. But it gets submitted to us live on air for Drinkin' Bro of the Week. Here it is, Drinkin' Bro's submission. Joe from Pennsylvania. Been a listener since mid-2017. He's nominating Hannah Living. Says, I would like to nominate my wife, Hannah, as Drinkin' Bro of the Week. We've been together for 2 years now. We got married on October 18th. Oh, shit. One day before mine. On 2025 in a small ceremony at a bed and breakfast in Central Tennessee, surrounded by our immediate families. She's my best friend, and every day she motivates me to be a better man. I travel a lot for work, and knowing she's waiting for me when I get back always makes it all worth it. I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for her support. Cheers, bros. Absolutely. Cheers, Joe. And cheers to you guys. Hannah, shit. Drinking hard AF, probably making babies tonight. This weekend.
Let's hope so.
Penn State ain't having a great year, so you might as well make a kid, dude. You know? Shit. Go for it. That's what we say. All right. We appreciate you tuning in. Go to Spotify. Rate the show a 5-star. If you see the video on YouTube, it'll be on Spotify. Have that video deal there. Drinkin' Bros Sports is up there. Uploading the entire back catalog as we speak. Coop is doing that now. So you can see all the videos from the past over there and everything from the network. We're doing Citizen, Ross Patterson Revolution, Operator, Drinkin' Bros Sports, Crime Corner, all that stuff. So go over there and check out the videos. And then head on over to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. It's all the advertisers care about. Promise you that. For D'Anthony Hollaway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone.